Hello, hello, my dear fishing friends. Your expert angler is back with another exciting forecast to help you land that trophy catch. Today, we're diving deep into the conditions for Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025, across our incredible Australian waters. Get ready, because this day is shaping up to be quite a special one for those who know where and how to cast their lines. We've got rising water temperatures, stable weather patterns, and a moon phase that, if you play it right, could lead to some truly unforgettable bites. Stick around because I'm going to share some insider tips that will put more fish in your cooler. First up, let's talk about some of our favorite species and the best tactics for this Tuesday. From my experience and the data we've gathered, several species will be on the chew. For those of you targeting the cunning or flathead, you'll want to focus your efforts in the estuaries. With the water warming up nicely, these ambush predators are on the move. Look for them lying in wait around sandy drop-offs, expansive weed beds, and along the edges of channels where bait fish love to congregate. My go-to rig for flathead on a day like this is a light spin outfit, casting soft plastics like paddle-tail shades or grubs on a 1/4 to 1/2 ounce jig head. Slowly hopping these along the bottom, mimicking an injured baitfish, is incredibly effective. Early mornings and late afternoons are prime times, friends. If you're a freshwater enthusiast, the Australian eye bass will be a top target. The warming water temperatures mean bass are becoming very active and aggressive feeders. You'll find them in rivers and impoundments, especially around submerged timber, rock bars and deep eddies. They absolutely love structure where they can hide and ambush their prey. For bass, I recommend using small surface lures or spinnerbaits in the low light of dawn and dusk, or working crankbaits through those deeper, snaggy areas during the day. Don't be afraid to get right into that structure. That's where the big ones often hide. And for a bit of thrilling surface action, don't overlook the mighty kingfish. In our harbours and large estuaries, kingfish are actively shadowing bait schools, particularly around dawn and dusk. Keep an eye out for surface bust-ups, that's your cue. Small stick baits or metal slugs worked quickly through these feeding frenzies will often trigger an aggressive strike. Pay close attention to current lines and any prominent ledges or shipping beacons where baitfish might be congregating. This is where the kings will be hunting. Now for the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base of our forecast, and why these fish will be biting. Let's break down the conditions for the 18th of November 2025. Weather. Australia is transitioning from spring to summer, and the weather is generally pleasant and warm. We're looking at daytime highs comfortably between 20 and 28 degrees Celsius, dropping to around 16 to 19 degrees at night in coastal areas. Winds will likely be light, perhaps south to southeasterly at around 15 to 20 kilometers per hour. There's a slight chance of localized showers, but overall we expect stable atmospheric pressure, which is usually a fantastic sign for fishing activity. A little rain, especially after stable weather, can sometimes even trigger a feeding frenzy, so don't let it deter you. Water temperature. This is a key factor, my friends. Water temperatures across Australian coastal waters are steadily rising, hovering around that magical 19 to 21 degrees Celsius mark. This warming trend is a massive signal to fish that it's time to feed heavily before the intense summer heat sets in. It boosts their metabolism and makes them incredibly active. So expect energetic fish that are keen to chase a meal. Moon phase. On Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025, we will be under a waning crescent. Moon. The moon will have very low illumination, around 2 to 4%, and we're just a couple of days away from the new moon. Now, some old-timers might tell you that a waning moon means slightly less active daytime fishing, as the bright nights allow fish to feed under cover of darkness. However, my experience tells me that during this phase, those transitional periods of dawn and dusk become even more crucial. The low light conditions, combined with the stronger tidal movements often associated with the new moon cycle, will create concentrated bite windows that fish will use to their advantage. So be on the water early and stay late. overall fish activity. Considering all these factors, the generally stable, warm weather, steadily rising water temperatures, the increasing biological activity, and those tantalizing low-light bite windows around the waning crescent moon, my overall assessment for fishing on the 18th of November 2025 is a good to excellent all bite. This is a day for active fish, eager to feed before the full summer heat truly sets in. The key, my friends, is to be observant, adapt to local conditions, and hit those prime feeding windows. So there you have it, my friends. Get out there and enjoy the incredible fishing Australia has to offer. I wish you all tight lines and, as we say, ni vosta, ni cheshue, may you catch plenty of fish. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my forecasts. And tell me in the comments below, what's your go-to lure or bait for November fishing in Australia? What species are you planning to target this week? Share your observations and let's get a conversation going.